What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Summer Gravity, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, we have a post here, and I know that I'm coming to you 5 days late. You can see it at the top on this post, but as I said in the other video, I was traveling the past week, and so I'm just getting caught up on things, and there was a lot, it seems, that I missed this past week within Splinterlands. But let's go ahead and dive in. This is a 9-minute read. I'm not going to sit here and read the entire thing to you. Hopefully you have had a chance to do so, but I am going to kind of go through it from top to bottom and just give my thoughts overall. So we have the land card update. Again, there's no time frame for when this is coming in the other land video that I just posted today, or should post after this. I'm thinking we're probably going to see early December, just because it's like 1 to 2 weeks of QA from maybe 5 days ago. So we shall see how this goes. But revolutionary, these cards are revolutionary in several ways. First card is crafted specifically for land. First card is made with resources. And I actually love the fact, just a little bit of an aside here, I love the fact that they are posting more on Medium now. This is great. It feels more official. First card is to use the new ingredient called Cinder, and we're going to get into that later on. And again, I'm not going to deep dive into a lot of the numbers here because, even to be honest, I haven't even had a chance to do that yet. If you watched the live stream yesterday, the Triad live stream, we did talk about the numbers just kind of from a high level. Some people thought they were cheap, some people thought they were expensive, but I will do a deep dive into that very soon. First cards that have exciting new abilities that will transform and deepen land usage, and introduction of a new ability called Labor's Luck, which gives players a chance to discover really rare and hidden treasures deep within Praetoria. And I wonder if this is going to be more than just the arcanes. I wonder if there's going to be other stuff that the team can put together in the future to keep those Labor's Luck cards as something that are valuable, and that is my guess. So multiple participation options, right? So whether it's a new player wanting to get started in small production, or a large player, like this new edition gives players the ability to pick their level of participation. I believe we've seen the cards already. Actually, I guess we're gonna see the cards here. Like I said, I read this when it came out, so let's go ahead and jump down. So proof of concept edition. This is more so like a disclaimer here. The amount in the set, the amount that they have available, all of this is just proof of concept to see if it works. I'm a little bullish that it will. I think this is something that's exciting, and people who are deep into land, which is someone like myself, even though I don't have too much, I think it's going to be something that we are excited to get involved with. Okay, so limited mint quantities, as we talked about. So 100,000 common copies, 18,000 rare, epic at 6,000, and legendary at 1,000. So if I just do quick math on this, and I'm just going to do, let's say 100,000 common divided by 400, you have 250 max copies. Legendary is going to be roughly the same, right? 1,000 divided by 11. Oh, actually, legendary is only 90 max copies. Interesting. Okay, you know what? Now I'm curious. 6,000 epic divided by 46 is 130 epics. And then rares is 18,000 divided by 115. That gets you 156. So you can see max copies of these cards is not going to be very high. Now there will be black foil, gold foil, and arcane versions of these, so keep that in mind. But for people trying to grab the regular foil, there still just won't be that many. As I say here, there's going to be single CC gold foil to max, black foil, gold foil. Okay, we already talked about that. They can only be discovered by luck, so you will have to be involved in the Labor's Luck aspect. So we are still in the development phase. We want to give you a heads up of what's coming out so you can make your plans now. Timelines and numbers can change. Okay, so details. 4-card set, craftable versions, and regular foil. Land abilities include grain, increased production for grain, wood, stone, iron, and aura. You got Labor's Luck, Energized Dark Discount Rationing, Toil and Kin. The land cards will occupy one of the 5 slots, and they have enhanced production. We can go over that in the bottom. And then the land cards will be craftable in the Arson Quarter, will require land resources, and Cinder, we'll get into that. Cinder is not transferable and is equal to 1.5 the collection power of any card in Splinterlands that is burnable for DEC. Soulbound cards and cards burnable for Glint are not eligible. So some cards, epic and legendary, require aura. Some do not require aura, and this is done intentionally to give newer, smaller players a chance. Because keep in mind, aura is not transferable, right? So you can go in as a small landholder like myself, and I do get aura from the keep that I have, but I'm trying to in like the region 75, I have like 10 plots that I'm trying to manage, obviously completely on their own, right, and make them work accordingly. I don't have aura there, or I would have to go specifically and get aura, and that's, you know, that would be taking away from the other things that I have. So we price cards similar to how we price packs. This is important here. We initially tied the value of resources to DEC at peg. Therefore, with DEC trading at a discount, then players can take advantage of the discount to purchase these cards cheaper than if the DEC price were higher. Be aware, though, that the prices will fluctuate and that the discount can disappear, particularly when multiple assets are involved in the pricing mechanics. We believe that this could launch in early December. Oh, okay, they say here, so consider this ample notice. We will take a system-wide snapshot of the base production on a random undisclosed date between November 4th and the official launch for the purpose of granting allocation rights. So in case anybody wants to go through and essentially like get as many as they want as part of the allocation, that's going to be the first 3 days, and then everything else after that goes live for anybody to go in and create. So while it's impossible to know whether or not the set will be how well it will be received, it's important to understand that this set could be in high demand. It's therefore important to build by resources necessary to participate at launch. So the purpose is all right. So the deepen engagement with land. Cool. All right. So initial cards by rarity. So this is where we go to not. You know what? I actually want to do a little bit more of a deep dive here into these cards. To see the value of them at all the different, all the different levels, because I think that's going to be important here. So what we're going to do is just, you can see here, what is this? The common card is a water card, so keep that in mind. Estimated max level price tag is going to be $200 with DEC at peg, but keep in mind it's like a 60% discount. Oh, sorry, 60% of peg, so about 40% discount right now. The rare card is going to be an earth card. All right, and they're all gonna. It looks like they're all gonna have Labor's Luck, which is kind of cool. But they will have different abilities, right? So rationing, energize, toiling kin, right? So you get them at all kind of different levels here. Let's see. Note: grain and stone are not playable at the time. What does that mean? Well, okay. The epic card is a life card. Estimated price is $345, and then the death card is going to be the legendary one, which is interesting here. Again, you know what? We'll do a deep dive into those. So let's jump down here at enhanced base production power, so you can see exactly how much base production they have, and then the estimated cost preliminary. Again, they kind of just list out what the max copy would be if everything was at peg. So you're technically getting these for a little bit cheaper right now if you wanted to. Total resources potentially burned. Now this is interesting here, and we'll go ahead and close out the video with this. But if everything gets received or everything gets produced, you will have total number of resources will be 2.3 billion grain, 540 million wood, 90 million stone, 40 million iron, 95 million aura. The DEC value of each of those you can see here, and then the Cinder total would be 142.5 million collection power. I actually right now do not have the context to understand how much that is, but like I said, I'm probably gonna. There's a lot of stuff in this post, so we will go in and do a little bit more of a deep dive with all the different things here. Now, additional added below on 11.4. Okay, so this is just the abilities don't stack, and you have what the definitions are. And then Labor's Luck, more detail. Okay, so this looks like from previous. So odds and ends, the golden overcap rule. Land cards, like any other cards, will not contribute past the 100k base PP. New land cards bring enhanced whatever. All right, so land card usage. Cards cannot be used in normal battles and do not have stats like traditional cards. So we don't have the artwork. We don't have the, I mean, there's no real stats, but we don't have any of that just yet. But this is exciting. There's a lot to go through here. I think I did it in under 9 minutes in terms of reading this entire thing. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if there's anything specifically you would want to go into with this post. But like I said, I will be looking at the card breakdown specifically in a separate thing, and then I want to look at how much is going to be burned in the future. So those are kind of the other videos that I have planned in terms of breaking this post down. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.